Welcome to this Fingraphs podcast on Dukascoin TV. Today we're going to look at cryptocurrencies and wonder if Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently in a make or break scenario. We will first review the investor's view on our Fingraphs.com platform. The investor's view is a combination of a weekly graph for the perspective over the next few quarters, a daily graph for the perspective over the next few months, and an hourly graph for the perspective over the next few weeks. What we can see is that at the moment, all three trends are in a bear trend, so in downtrends. For the weekly, it's only a corrective downtrend at the moment, and it's still holding on to support. But the daily and the hourlies are in impulsive move downs, with quite scary targets to the downside. So let's look at it in more detail. Let's look at the weekly, and we saw this very, very strong acceleration during 2020 and early 2021, and it's only normal that at some point you do get some consolidation. It's been very volatile, but for now it's been pretty much able to hold our corrective targets to the downside or hold support around 35,000. Now, if we do break below this support, the probability is that we might get a full reversal of Bitcoin to the downside, and that is the risk we're considering today. Looking at the daily, it does seem that at the moment we are in a downtrend, and that this downtrend is not over yet. We can see that our bear trend extends another few months, and our impulsive targets to the downside are telling us that we might make it down to 23,000, perhaps even 10,000 over the next few months. That said, our risk index is quite oversold. It was oversold already in January and oversold again here at the moment, which means that we're probably awaiting a rebound. Usually such rebounds could last a few weeks, and so we would expect a rebound from current levels into early March. To really reinstate the uptrend here, we would need to break above resistance, and we evaluate that this resistance is probably towards 50,000. We could see an attempt here to break above 50,000 in December, another one here in September on the way up, which did trigger a correction. So what we would say on this daily graph, it seems like we're in a downtrend, and it would really need a move above 50,000 to reinstate an uptrend here. Looking at the hourly, we're trying to find a support point for this new rally. At the moment, it is also in a downtrend, which leads us down towards 32,000 and perhaps 28,000, which would give us the break, opening the door to further downside on the daily graph. The risk index has come down. It's not quite oversold yet, so it might take another day or so to start reacting up. But we are in a position where we might have made a first move up, we're in a correction, and we might reinstate the rebound that started in February. Again, we will really need to make it above 50,000 to be able to confirm that the uptrend is resuming. We will quickly look at Ethereum and at the daily graph of Ethereum, which is very, very similar to the one we see on Bitcoin. It is also in a downtrend, and our downtrend targets are pointing towards 1,200 and perhaps even lower below 1,000. Here also, the risk index is quite oversold, not as oversold at the moment here in late February, but we would also expect a bounce here into March. The resistance points we're looking at here are around 4,000. You can see an attempt here last May, another one here in September, and another one to resume the uptrend here in December. So we would really need to make it above these levels to reinstate the long-term uptrend of Ethereum. Failing that, we probably have to consider that this current downtrend probably continues over the next few months with quite damaging targets to the downside. Looking at the hourly, it's similar to the one we see on Bitcoin. We had a first move up. We are currently retracing. We're not quite oversold yet, but we would expect that over the next few days, the bounce may attempt to resume higher over the next few weeks and into March. Again, we will need to make it above 4,000 to really reinstate a possible uptrend. Our concern about Bitcoin and Ethereum is plagued by the fact the risk over the next few quarters is mainly on the tightening program the Fed and the market is anticipating. And we can see here the short-term US interest rates which have started to shoot up from late last year. And this uptrend, if it was to break above the corrective targets here, may probably continue into the twos and perhaps up to 3% towards the end of the year. We believe that that would be very damaging for any liquidity-driven assets, and we believe Bitcoin and Ethereum are probably part of these. Thank you very much for your attention and have a good week of trading.